You can choose the right vegetables for years, cook them with care, eat them every day, and still get far less benefit than those same ingredients could actually give you. It's not about trendy diets or expensive supplements, it's about tiny things we often overlook. The way we handle vegetables in the kitchen, cooking method, how we cut them, and what extra ingredients we add, quietly turns their power on or off. When you learn a few simple principles for tomatoes, carrots, broccoli, and garlic, the very same plate starts working differently, supporting your heart, your vision, and your body's natural defenses against everyday stress. Many people here eat more vegetables and think the key word is more. In reality, the key word is how. Cook something for too long and the very thing you bought the greens for slips away. Crunch on plain raw carrot sticks and the good stuff stays locked inside the plant cells. Toss fresh tomatoes into a salad and you get flavor, but the most valuable part stays out of reach. Throw garlic into a smoking hot pan from the first seconds and you lose what you were hoping to get. We end up spending money and time and mostly getting fiber and calories, while the systems we wanted to support, the heart and blood vessels, eyesight and skin, the immune system, and the liver's gentle detox, receive much less help than they could. Plant cells are like tiny compartments with little safes where pigments, vitamins, and protective molecules are stored. You don't need a lab to open those safes. You need a fitting cooking method, a thoughtful cut, and the right neighbors on the plate. Sometimes even a brief rest after chopping. When these little steps are in place, vegetables stop being decoration and start doing real work for you. Today we'll look at 4 familiar ingredients and add one simple action to each that makes a noticeable difference. This isn't about complicated rules or exotic products. It's about how cooking, slicing, and friendly add-ins give everyday food its strength back in your usual routine. By the end, you'll know just enough to prepare the same vegetables in a way that actually helps your body, without extra effort and without any secret ingredients. Tomatoes first. They arrived in Europe from the Americas in the 16th century and were considered ornamental for a long time. In Italy, they earned the name Pomodoro, the golden apple, and cooks there learned to treat them gently and patiently. Fresh tomato salad brings lightness and color, but the real potential shows up when you cook them softly and steadily. Give tomatoes moderate heat, don't rush the flame, and pair them with a modest amount of good oil and herbs. That is when their best molecules make it into your dish, and your plate begins to truly support your heart and the elasticity of your vessels. It's not a ritual. Chop ripe tomatoes with a little onion and a pinch of salt. Let them simmer on low until tender, and finish with a small splash of olive oil. You keep the aroma, and you help your body make use of the good stuff. Love salads. Keep them. Just add a few warm tomato dishes across the week, and you'll feel the balance shift toward both flavor and benefit. If this already makes sense to you, support this video with a like and a subscription. Here you'll find simple daily steps for a calmer heart, a clearer head, and steadier energy without complicated schemes or supplements. And your support helps us prepare even more practical topics for you. Carrots next. Their ancestors came from Central Asia and were purple or yellow, and the familiar orange carrot was bred by Dutch growers in the 17th century, and then became the world's standard. Carrots offer the precursors of vitamin A, but to turn that into real help for your vision, skin, and immunity, texture and neighbors on the plate matter. Trade that glass-hard crunch for gentle softness, a few minutes of steaming or a slow roast until tender. Then add a little fat right on the plate, maybe a teaspoon of olive oil, a spoonful of natural yogurt, or a small handful of crushed nuts. In a pureed soup, the blender helps even more by breaking plant cell walls. What makes less sense is sweet carrot juice on its own. Without fiber, it rushes into the blood, doesn't satisfy for long, and gives you less than a warm carrot side with a touch of fat. Now, broccoli. The name comes from Italian, and Mediterranean kitchens value broccoli for their fresh taste and versatility, from a quick steam to a gentle sauté. The main goal is not to lose what you're cooking them for. After cutting, give the florets a brief pause so the plant's own enzymes can go to work. Then cook delicately and briefly. A few minutes over steam keeps the bright green color, the springy texture, and that alive feeling on the plate. If you prefer a skillet, add a bit of water, cover, and keep the heat low. At the table, broccoli loves a modest finish like a spoon of mustard stirred with olive oil or a squeeze of lemon juice. The flavor opens up and the dish stays light. Finally, garlic. It has been grown from Central Asia to the Mediterranean since long before modern culinary schools, and there's a reason it stayed in almost every cuisine. Garlic's power shows up when you give it a little time after chopping and treat heat with real kindness. Mince or crush a clove and let it sit for about 10 minutes so the plant enzymes can wake up. Then add it at the end of cooking or warm it on very low heat so you don't scorch away the aroma and the value you wanted. Garlic plays beautifully with good oil, fresh herbs, and a few drops of lemon. Warm vegetables tossed with a touch of oil, a little chopped garlic, and lemon suddenly brighten in taste and become better allies for your heart, your vessels, and your body's natural defenses. If the aroma feels too bold, mix minced garlic into yogurt or soft cheese and serve it cold on the plate as a gentle sauce. Think of your plate like a battery. You can fill it with beautiful ingredients, but without the right charging cables, energy doesn't actually flow in. The cooking method, a thoughtful cut, and the right neighbors on the plate are those three cables. When they're connected, you don't just taste your food, you feel nourished by it. Here's how to make it stick this week. Plan a couple of warm tomato dishes so there's something soft and aromatic alongside your salads, and finish them with herbs and a little good oil. Swap quick raw carrot sticks for a short steam or a slow roast, and add a small amount of fat at the end so your eyes, skin, and immune system actually get what they need. Remember the few minutes rule for broccoli. After chopping, give them a short pause, then go for a brief steam or a covered, gentle saute so they stay bright and fresh. Let garlic rest for 10 minutes after chopping, and add it toward the end. If the flavor seems too strong, stir it into a spoon of yogurt and serve it cold as a sauce. Prepare simple basics for 2 or 3 days, like a small jar of tomato sauce, a container of roasted carrots, broccoli that only needs reheating, and a mellow garlic yogurt dip. With that, better options are always within reach while you save both time and money. If you used to eat carrots only raw, cook broccoli until it went dull green, add tomatoes only to salads, or throw garlic into a blazing pan from the first second, that's okay. We all start with habits that once felt right. Now you have knowledge that gives you more return for the same effort. Choose one step for this week, maybe a slow tomato sauce for a few days, tender carrots with a touch of fat, broccoli that stays bright and lively, or garlic that you finally let rest before adding to your dish. Small decisions turn into real results when they become routine. By the way, we're planning a small giveaway for subscribers and active commenters. Tell us in the comments which prize would be most useful for you personally. A paper or ebook with simple recipes and daily habits, a gift card to a local health food store or supermarket, a bookstore certificate, a set of everyday spices for home cooking, or a small steaming basket insert for a pot. Or suggest your own idea and leave a comment. We'll choose the prizes based on your answers. Thank you for staying with me to the very end. We truly value your time and attention. If this video helped, please help lift the channel by liking, subscribing with the bell, leaving a comment, and sharing it with someone who could use it. That way, platforms show more good videos to wonderful people just like you. Which step will you start with today? A warm tomato dish, tender carrots with a little fat, bright broccoli done in minutes, or garlic that gets its 10-minute rest?